Welcome back to Charlie's Mailbox, where I answer actual questions from actual people in my inbox. This week's question came from a student, and full disclosure, it was in a classroom, not in my mailbox, but we'll let it count. And it was a Google Docs question about formatting. Every time this student started a new document, it looked like this one here. The cursor was way down here, and he was wondering what happened. So this is a good time to review the idea of page setup. If we go to the File menu in Google Docs, right near the bottom is Page Setup. And what it controls is, first of all, are you using pages at all? Right? If you switch to pageless, and I've made a previous episode about this, you get that nice flowing, there's no page at all. But let's assume you are using pages. First of all, are you talking about the whole document here or just selected content? So you can have different pages formatted different ways, but typically it's the whole document. Do we want it portrait or landscape? What paper size are we using? Again, if we are going with pages, maybe we're going for legal size versus letter, etc. Here's a fun thing you can do. You can even have a background color to the page, like if I choose this sort of light yellow color. But here is where the student's issue lay. He had his margins set at, I think, half or a full inch for the last three, but for his top, they were set to like 4 inches, or I have it here as 3.5 inches. So all we did is we went in and we changed that to match the other ones, went to OK, and notice now how the cursor is where it is supposed to be. Notice also how we got that yellow background I was talking about. So it's a good time to review page setup and get it the way that you like it so that each new document starts the way you want it. For example, you may prefer to have 1-inch margins. So I'm just going to go into each of these boxes. I'm hitting tab and just typing a number 1. So now I have 1-inch margins all the way. And you'll see this option here called Set as Default. You want to click that once you're happy with your settings. Set as Default. Now if I say OK, notice how my cursor just bumped down a little bit because I have bigger margins. If I now go to File, New Document, it'll be exactly the same formatting. Notice the cursor is where it is and the same background color. Now, to be honest, I do not want to have that yellow background in all my documents, so I'm going to change that. And I also like to have 1/2-inch margins. But notice that you can set it however you want, make it the default. And if you ever notice something looking a little off, go back to page setup, figure out what's going on, and make the changes there. Hope that helped. Keep those questions coming.